Here we have for sale our 2017 on a 66 plate Ford Transit Custom 290. That means it's got a 2.9 tonne gross vehicle weight. This is the long wheelbase, 2 litre TDCI, 130 brake horsepower limited van. So what we're going to do is have a little walk around, have a look at the spec that is on this particular Custom Limited, because it's not your standard van. There is a couple of options that have been added, and we'll talk a little bit as well about the condition and also the ownership and history of the van as well, because there is some interesting points to make there also. So starting at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one has got the rear barn doors. What I mean by that is 2 opening doors. You can see that at the top of those barn doors, the previous owner has added a nice rear spoiler there, which gives it a really nice look. We do also have these extra deadlock security locks. These are locks for vans, one of the leading names in deadlocks. Certainly a good make to have. And also a number of elements on this van being limited are colour coded, such as things like this trim here above the number plate, the rear bumper, the door handles. As we go around to the front of the van, you'll see the wing mirrors, and the front bumper is also colour coded as well. So let's open up the rear doors here. When you open up the rear doors, you have these yellow arms. If you pull on that arm, they clip into place there up against the door, and that allows you to open the door right out there to its 180 degree position. You could do exactly the same with the other door as well. So you pull on that, clips into place, and it opens right out to 180 degrees. So you've got fantastic access then into the rear. As you can see here inside, this is all the factory lining that would have come with the van from brand new. It's good for stopping any outward dents or anything like that. We've left it like this. Of course, you can ply line over this if you wanted, but we like to show people exactly what you're buying, so that you can see that there's nothing hiding here under any ply lining. This is as it would have been from the factory, and of course a lot of people will convert these into camper vans and things like that as well, so you may not need that extra ply lining over the top, but this gives you a really good look at what you're getting. So you also get the hard wearing plastic floor that always stands the test of time. You can see we've got the factory fitted bulkhead there, and we have got the loading hatch. In terms of condition, there are some marks on the bulkhead. In terms of the ownership of this van, it's been owned by a carpenter from brand new, so of course it has been a tradesman's van, or a tradesperson's van, should I say. And as I say, of course it is a used commercial vehicle. That being said, some of the other areas of the van which would generally would show some signs of wear, like the rear doors here, they're all in very good order. The rear bumper is not excessively marked or anything like that. So yeah, all in all, very good condition. As I say, there is some marks and things on the bulkhead, which I'm sure you can see there. 4 load lights in the back as well, and plenty of tie-down points around the back of the van. And you can see here, when you open the door, you can see the level of security that you get from that locks for van deadlock there, and this is what it clamps onto. So it's a really good, strong system, which would certainly take some breaking into, that is for sure. Right, let's continue to go around. Other thing to mention while we're back here, integrated parking sensors in the rear bumper. As you move on to the driver's side of the vehicle, I gotta say, looking down the driver's side there, it does look very, very straight. If I'm being very critical, maybe some very slight sort of dent there, but hardly anything to note. But that does look very straight indeed. We've got these fantastic 18-inch Wolf Race gloss black Assassin alloy wheels. They look fantastic, and we've got, as I say, the satin black sidebars there as well. We've also got nice security lock there on the driver's door. This sort of age of custom, they did have a bit of an issue where you could sort of get into the van by manipulating the driver's door lock just there, but as you can see, that has been sorted on this particular van. As we open up the driver's door, we can have a good look now inside the cab, and this is where the sort of Custom Limited really comes into its own. with the spec that is in the cab. So first thing you'll notice, which will be a little bit different from a lot of customs, this one has got full leather interior. So it's really, really nice, diamond crested sort of Bentley style seats, as people call them, but really good proper leather. These aren't just seat covers, this is proper leather upholstery, which has been added afterwards and would have been at probably a substantial cost. We've got a nice driver's armrest there, which is on a ratchet, so you can set that to your desired height. We've still got the fold down work tray with the cup holders and somewhere to store your paperwork. These seats are heated as well, so I don't know if you can see this under here, but just up there at the top of the screen, that's where you've got your heated seat button there, and you've got the same on the far side passenger seat over there as well. On top of the driver's door we have electric windows, we have electric folding mirrors, as you can see there, auto activated lights and wipers. You can see that we do have 2 full remote keys for the vehicle, and then these are the keys then for the additional deadlocks which are around the vehicle as well. This button up here, this is just to turn your parking sensors off if you don't want them on for whatever reason. We have some storage there as well on top of the dashboard, and that also reveals a USB port, AUX port, and a 12-volt socket as well. Multifunctioning leather trimmed steering wheel. On the right hand side, this is, we've got the volume controls for the radio. You do have DAB radio in this, which I'll show you in just a second. And then on the left, this is where you can control the onboard computer, which is just up there. And that's where you can see the mileage, which is 73,616 miles. As you can see, only warning light on the dashboard. This AdBlue light just needs an AdBlue top-up, which of course we will be doing before it leaves us. We've got cruise control down there as well, fantastic for motorway driving. Accompany that with a 6-speed manual gearbox and say 130 brake horsepower engine, so plenty of power there for motorway driving. Air conditioning. This is the radio setup, so you can see here that we have got Bluetooth phone prep here on the side, and as I mentioned, if we look up here at the screen, we've got DAB radio there as well. If I put the van into reverse, it'll show you the parking sensor display there as well, front and rear. You do have front and rear parking sensors. One thing that's been added in the cab, not only the leather, but also this, I think what they call a smart rear view mirror. So you can't really see much apart from yourself in this mirror, because of course you've got the bulkhead behind, but it does have this inbuilt screen which has a number of interesting features. So the first thing you've got is Satnav. So if you want to show map here, you've actually got satellite navigation. And the other thing that you've got on here is, if I exit from this, you've actually got an inbuilt dash cam. So if you click on DVR there, that is an inbuilt dash cam. And as you can see there, that has been recording for the last 3 minutes or so. So very good that that's all nicely inbuilt. There are some other features on here, some entertainment things. I think you can plug an SD card into the side of it and you can actually play music through it if you so wanted to, but I think probably the main 2 features, let's say Satnav and a dash cam, so really, really nice to see. Back outside the van, let's keep moving around. You can see we've got some nice roof bars there, and they actually have the crossbars as well, so they do actually have a function if you so want to do, but if not, I think that is a very, very good looking van. You've got the front lower lip spoiler there, let's say accompany that with the 18-inch Wolf-Rayce Assassin alloys, sidebars, roof bars, rear spoiler, and as I say, all finished in black. Gives it a really nice stealth look, and looks, I think, far better than just a standard custom limited. Still staying at the front of the van, you can see that we've got the front fog lights here. We've also got front parking sensors, as we mentioned when we were inside the cab. But in terms of condition here at the front, it does look to be in very good order. Of course, again, as I mentioned when I was at the back of the van, it is a used commercial vehicle at the end of the day. It's got 70-odd thousand miles, so you are going to get a few stone chips and things like that. In terms of ownership, service history, etc., as I mentioned, this has been owned by a carpenter from brand new. It's one owner from new, this van. We do actually have a good service history with it. It's been well looked after by Ford, 3 Ford stamps in the service book, but most notably in November of 2020, this van actually had a brand new engine at a cost of over £4,500. So that was at 70,000 miles, as it's now on 73. So you've got that peace of mind that, of course, that engine will come with a warranty from Ford also. So you've got that peace of mind that you've got years of trouble-free motoring ahead of you here, because you've effectively got, well, you have got a brand new engine in this van. It's done, as I say, now it's done maybe 3,000 miles, if that. So it's that's a major bonus to bear in mind with this van. Anyway, if you'd like to inquire, feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed there at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates, starting as low as 7.9% APR, of course subject to acceptance. And we can also take cars or vans in part exchange. So don't be afraid to call us with anything that you may have to offer in terms of part exchange. It can also act as a deposit towards your finance. Just note we've got another deadlock up the top of there. And we can also arrange nationwide delivery as well. Of course, in these current times, travelling is maybe not as easy as it once was, so we can arrange nationwide delivery as well. It just gives you a little look there through the loading hatch, so you can load actually right the way through underneath the passenger seats. Anyway, I could keep talking about this van all day, but as I say, if you do have an inquiry, feel free to give us a call. Thank you very much for watching.